Morning, guys. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the importance of nasal breathing for your mental and physical health. Especially with what's going on now in the current state of events. Our nose was designed to be the primary vessel in which we breathe through, not your mouth. So what I want to do is focus on today is having you bring your awareness to breathing through your nose. We don't do it much. We tend to think only about our breathing in times when we're really elevated, when we're stressed, when we're running, when we're working out. But a lot of times, if you start to cue into this, you're going to notice that you're breathing through your mouth a lot more than you realize. This becomes a problem because breathing through your mouth becomes very sympathetic, so it upregulates us. And we live in a world now where we have so many red dots on our phone. Things are just geared to be stressful. So what I want you working on is trying to be nose only, because that's going to help calm you down. And especially given what's going on right now, that's going to be pretty important. I want you to know why it's important, just so you can understand the value of this. Your nose, because that's the primary vessel we were designed to breathe through, it filters and cleans the air you bring in, and that air goes directly to the lungs. If I'm breathing through my mouth, there is no filter, so any particles, anything that's in the air goes directly into your lungs. Again, super important with what's going on right now. Also, if the temperature is different than what your body's temperature is, the outside ambient temperature, breathing through the nose helps to humidify the air and match it before it goes into your body. Breathing through your nose also works to activate your diaphragm and all your respiratory muscles that you should be using, which helps with proper breathing patterns, which also is going to help you be a lot more efficient in endurance events. It's also going to help you brace a lot more when you're doing more of the strength type work. And as I said earlier, the more you can breathe through your nose, the more parasympathetic or down-regulating it's going to be. And then lastly, most importantly, breathing through your nose limits the amount of air you can take in, which helps with the controlling of the blood gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. And the more balanced you are, ultimately, the more you're going to be able to uptake oxygen and use oxygen as you want to use that. Different ways that you can work on this. One, the simplest way is try to go nose only all the time. So in your daily life, if you're doing washing the dishes, going for a walk, in the house doing some mobility work, whatever you're doing, try to make sure you're breathing through your nose. That's going to be easier, well, it should be easier to do when you're resting. Most people, like I said, are mouth breathers now, so that's going to be a state of repatterning what you're doing. And then during exercise, use long, really slow, steady state work to try to go nose only. So it may start as a walk, it may be a light jog, it may simply be walking up the stairs. Try to go nose only. Now, because you're working on improving the capacity of breathing through your nose, and again, it's gonna feel pretty anxiety provoking, pretty stressful in the beginning, what I want you to focus on is going to a pace in which you can only stay nose only. So what's going to happen is you're probably going to build up, realize, wow, I can't stay here, and want to open your mouth. I want you to stop or greatly reduce the pace in which you're going so you can stay nose only. It is one of those things with practice, it does get better, but you need to be cognizant of making sure that you are working in that domain only. Now, a cool example that I had personally is, as I was getting into this, what I wanted to do was improve my ability to breathe through my nose. So I walk the same route to work every day, and it's basically like a quarter-mile walk, and it has a gradual incline, and then hits a long set of stairs and then flattens out. I would try to go nose only, and maybe the first day I could barely get to the stairs nose only, and I'd have to open my mouth. The next day I could get up like one stair, and over time, over the course of a week, I could get to the top of the stairs, but then as soon as it would flatten out, I'd have to take a big breath. And then about a week later, I'd get up and I'd walk the rest of the way nose only. Now I can get to a place where I can run up that same stimulus and stay nose only. So it does improve, it does adapt, you just need to put in the time. And all of that starts with simply being mindful of your breath, being nose only as much as possible. And the added benefit is you're fighting taking in what's in the environment, which is gonna be great for not getting things like the coronavirus. So with that, let me know if you have any questions. Way to crush so far. You guys are doing awesome. Hang in there.